Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we have some more information about the sales figures of Modern Warfare 3. I did a video recently where we learned in the United Kingdom, Modern Warfare 3's sales were down 38% compared to what Modern Warfare 2 sales were the previous year, which is not a good sign. Well, now we have all the information coming in from the United States. This will be coming from the NPD group. You guys may have heard about them before, but apparently they have rebranded themselves to Circana. Don't make me pronounce things, man. I'm bad at that. But regardless, we have the sales figures, we have the stats, we know what happened in the United States when it comes to Call of Duty, and the news is not really that good, honestly. It's interesting, right? So Call of Duty itself is down this year compared to what it's been in previous years, which is interesting. We talked about that a lot in my previous video. I definitely think the whole perception of Modern Warfare 3 basically just being a big DLC was not exactly the best selling point for the game, regardless of the fact that they fixed so many things about the game, the minimap and dead silence and carry forward being a thing. All those things are fantastic, but in general, I feel like the marketing and the buzz surrounding Modern Warfare 3 was overwhelmingly negative, and as such, Modern Warfare 3 apparently is not doing nearly as good. So let's just go ahead and jump into this here. When it comes to the year 2023, Modern Warfare 3 is the second best-selling game in the United States, which you may think that's not so bad, right? Number 2 is pretty freaking good. Well, ever since 2010, this is the third time that's ever happened. And the other 2 times that happened was when Rockstar put out a massive game. That's pretty much it. When GTA 5 came out in 2013, I think it was, then that was the #1 selling game in America. Call of Duty was number 2. And then when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, that was the best selling game in America, and Call of Duty was number 2. Other than that, every single year, Call of Duty has been number 1. But this year, Hogwarts Legacy, which people love that game, dude. It's freaking Harry Potter. People are going to buy Hogwarts Legacy. Apparently, it's killing it on the Switch right now. Regardless, this is the third time ever since 2010 that Call of Duty was not the best-selling game, which is interesting. The sales figures are down really bad over there in the United Kingdom, and when it comes to the United States, it's not even the best-selling game this year, which is kind of crazy. Now, when it comes to the month of November, which of course is when Modern Warfare 3 came out, we have some good information coming in regarding player engagement. This is how many people are actually playing the game. We have it for the Xbox as well as the PlayStation, and as you guys can see, Call of Duty is number 2 in November. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy came out months and months and months ago, so as such, it's a story game. People are going to play it a bunch when it first comes out. They might play through it a couple of times, but typically a game like that does not have the staying power of online video games. Here, between the Xbox and the PlayStation, the games are pretty much the same. You know, Fortnite's number 1. Obviously, that's killing it. COD is pretty popular. GTA 5 online, especially with all the GTA 6 stuff being announced. Of course, we're going to be seeing a lot more people on GTA 5, but then again, that game has always had a pretty massive player base. Then you have games like Madden, you have 2K, like all the usual suspects are here. But going back to it, it is interesting that for the third time pretty much ever, Call of Duty was not the best-selling game in the United States. Again, I really do think it goes back to the entire narrative, the entire perception that Modern Warfare 3 has. All the remastered maps, people thinking the game was supposed to be just a big DLC, and then they give you a full premium title. The campaign being very short and not really that good, but above all of that, and you guys talked about it in the comments of my previous video, and I definitely agree. I didn't discuss it as much in my video as I probably should have, but I think we might be starting to see player fatigue when it comes to skill-based matchmaking. We've had it for years and years now. In fact, we're still waiting, aren't we? I forgot about this till right now, but remember when Activision basically came out and they're like, skill-based matchmaking is real. It's something we've been working on for years and years and years, and we're going to be talking about it more in depth after Season 1 comes out. Well, Season 1's been here for a bit. Where's our skill-based matchmaking talk? We're still waiting on that, and I don't think they're going to back out of it, but I'm wondering how long they're going to drag their feet, because they said they were going to discuss in detail everything about skill-based matchmaking, essentially, and we're definitely waiting for that. But I think we're looking at a situation here where fans, year after year, are getting tired of it. I think that's definitely true. I mean, the match I got in here, like the footage of this video, it's so weird. So skill-based matchmaking obviously is a thing. It can mess with your connection, freaking packet burst and all that stupid nonsense, connect me to servers that are forever away. But the thing is, like, the people in my lobby weren't even all that good. Like, I almost got a nuke in this lobby, and I am not a nuke player. You guys watch me play, for crying out loud. But like, the people in the lobby were not that good, but the connection was so bad. You may be watching the video and thinking like, man, is something wrong with my phone? Is there something wrong with my monitor right now? It's like, no, the gameplay is just that skippy and that bad because of packet burst and all that stupid nonsense. In fact, I think I might be reaching out to Blame Truth here soon. We might be testing out packet burst in a video, or at least trying it out, like having me join his Billy Goat 57 account, because he said says he never has packet bursts, he never has these connectivity issues, whereas I do, and it's really freaking frustrating, so we're going to try to get to the bottom of that. But the gameplay, like skill-based matchmaking, despite the fact that the people on the other team aren't that good, they still matched me like well far away from where they should have, and as such, my connection is horrible. But that's only one aspect of skill-based matchmaking. We have all the other aspects, which we've discussed to death here on my channel. We've all heard about, we've all talked about it. Like, I think fans are getting tired of that. You know, a brand new Call of Duty can come out, and it has all the bells and whistles. You got the maps you want to play on, you want to re-level up, even though for some reason they still cap our levels, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. You know, you have the new guns to play with, you have the new mastery camos to go for, a new ranked season if that's your thing. You might want to level up your guns for Warzone if that's your thing. Like, there's always a lot of buzz and a lot of hype around the new COD, but after the honeymoon phase is over and you've leveled up your guns a little bit, you've experienced the game a little bit, I think for a lot of people, skill-based matchmaking just turns them away from the game. They're just like, you know, I don't feel like playing. And I talked about that in my previous videos. Like, I'm a YouTuber. I have all the time in the world to play COD. That's kind of the benefit. Like, I can play a lot of video games. I'm a YouTuber, right? But if I was like back doing my job before I started doing YouTube, I used to unload trucks at Walmart. You know, I'd get off at like 11 o'clock at night or whatever, you know, 8-hour shift, whatever it might be. After doing that, I don't think I would want to come home and then like deal with skill-based matchmaking. Like, whatever the job may be, you might work an office job, you might freaking drive for a living, whatever it is you do, like after like a long day at work or whatever, I can't imagine wanting to do all that and then go home and deal with skill-based matchmaking for a couple of hours and then go to bed and get back up and go back to work and like deal with it again. Like, back when, what made me fall in love with COD was it was relaxing. And I will say this match right here was relaxing and engaging because I genuinely thought I might get a nuke and then I didn't because I suck. But, you know, that part was exhilarating. But I haven't gone on a streak like that in forever because skill-based matchmaking is always happening. Like, you know, I'm just happy if I go positive anymore and if we can win the game, you know. But back in the day, if you're talking about like the OG Modern Warfare 2, back when we were playing on Skid Row back in 2009, you know, I'm more thinking about getting my tactical nukes and my AC-130s and my freaking fall camos and my chopper gunners and all that fun stuff. And like, the games were relaxing back then, but now it just feels like we're playing for money every time I get in there and I hop into a game of domination. And I think for a lot of people that wears on them, and I think for a lot of people that turns them away from the game. Sure, it might help out like the newer players, the whole people are trying to protect with skill-based matchmaking, but does that really make up the like such a massive amount of the player base? Like, I would love to see the numbers, and hopefully they actually go into detail with some of this stuff when they finally do talk about skill-based matchmaking, because sure, it's fair to say that like the vast majority of people that play COD are freaking ass at the game and they're really, really bad. But dude, are we talking like 80-90% of the player base can barely even walk and shoot at the same time? Because it doesn't seem that way to me. You know, I feel like over the years, I mean, people have gotten pretty good at video games. I would say maybe like 50% or less maybe are in that bracket, but the other people are all very competent, and it just seems like they're screwing over half their player base to appease people that probably don't give that much of a shit about COD anyway. Like, if you're so bad at the game that you can barely even go positive ever, you barely have a grasp on your controller, and you're just so uncomfortable and you're not really good at the game, like, do you think those people are buying the freaking Black Cell Battle Pass? Do you think those people are buying shit in the shop? Do you think those people are buying the game year after year? I feel like it's the more hardcore people that they should kind of appease a little bit more, and they've done that to an extent with Modern Warfare 3 with the changes they made, or reverting the changes they made, I should say, to movement and the mini-map and dead silence and all that stuff. Like, they've done a lot of good things with this game that would definitely say it's catering more towards like you're above average, you're more hardcore, you're more loyal fan. But at the same time, skill-based matchmaking has ramped up to 1,000 in this game, so it's just like, it's a weird juxtaposition. I don't understand. And, you know, going back to the sales figures here, I mean, Call of Duty is still making millions and millions and millions of dollars. By no means are they, you know, entering the poorhouse here, nothing like that. But it is the third time ever that they were not the best-selling game. And I'm wondering if it's partly just, you know, the whole marketing and the whole stigma that Modern Warfare 3 has, or is also partly due to skill-based matchmaking, or more likely, it's probably just a combination of everything together. And I'm wondering where that's going to take us in the future and how that is going to affect how they handle the live seasons for Modern Warfare 3 as they try to get those players back into the game that either didn't buy it or have already quit. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out, ladies and gentlemen. But for right now, that's it for this video here today. Just wanted to cover the news regarding Call of Duty sales figures. What do you make of all of this? Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.